gender inequality. And in sport, Team Botswana registered a 4th win at the ongoing Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari T20 Ladies Tournament. Interpreting in sign language is Amante Babili. Good evening. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi officially launched the Tuo initiative in Sorowe this morning, citing that the program is critical in driving national food security and household food security quest. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi noted that this program, which has 23 packages, is people-centric, inclusive, and also key to furthering national priorities of ensuring prosperity for all through its transformative and diversified capabilities. Utsidile Onkabetse reports.
Almost 6 months following the launch of Temole Toto, another program geared towards furthering agricultural diversification and commercialization is in the books for the Ministry of Agriculture. The Tuo Toto program brings in a diversified approach to transforming the beef and animal husbandry industries.
Itebagantse le wena o ruang, itebagantse le wena o eletsang go rua, itebagantse le monana o hatlogang, itebagantse le motswana mongwe le mongwe motswana o otlheo gore re rue gore go nna se se nnang, re rue re ijese, re rue re jese ba ba palwang ke go rua ya ka rona, re rue re tume, re rue re tele go te go rekoma ga rona, re rue re rekise go mahatsheng a mang, re ruele go huma.
This new development promises a boost to the local agricultural space, boasting the uptake of smart technologies which will bring in the much-needed efficiency to keep up with the ever-changing modern-day industrial trends.
We want you to be efficient farmers. Rebaka gore le thanye mo borokong pele ga farmera ngwe le ngwe mo lehatsing.
Tuo Toto provides for the priorities of economic and human development to ultimately ensure prosperity for all.
Thulaganyo ye ke leng gore e tsile go tlhabolola ka ga re ruang ka teng go tsholetsa seredumo sa thuo ya rona le gone gore jaanong re lebe thuo e le kgwebo e le ha re ka hetlang lehumo la rona e mo go yone.
Ke rata go tsaka mothala motho terita utona ka pona tshegelo ya gago gore tebelo pele ya gago ke go bona leruo motswana a thabologile leruo la rona le thabologile o salo dile jalo o simolla ka go rotloetsa dihutshane sengwe sa bobedi se ke ratang se go akgola motho ke tautona ke kganyone ya go abela batswana dipoo.
Botswana is in transition towards attaining a high-income status by 2036 as per her transformation agenda, with her national priorities cutting across various development sectors, directing equitable development and services to her 2.4 million plus population. Utsidile Onkabetse, BTV News.
Different stakeholders in the agricultural sector spoke highly of the newly launched Tuo initiative, indicating that it will be pivotal in boosting local economies across the country. The championing Ministry of Agriculture affirmed their commitment to ensuring the effectiveness of the initiative, especially in improving food sufficiency and security. This came up during the launch of Tuo initiative in Sorowe. Kiditletu Somolakai compiled the report.
Tuo initiative, which is almost similar to the Temole, is mandated to give farmers financial assistance to enable them to increase their production capacity in their livestock farming. Tuo Letlotlo is not limited to cattle rearing, but also includes fish farming, birds, goats, and other types of farming under the animal husbandry, with the purpose to enhancing value chain development to improve food security and human development.
Mananeo a bagaetsho segolobogolo na ke a buang ka tsa tseno re mo re tlo bua ka Tuo Letlotlo ke lenaneo le leng gore le ta ha ya ka sa tswa go bua le rotloetsa gore batswana ba ijese go gae food security ba bo ba jesele hatshe national levels me se bagaetsho se ka dirwa ke tautona yo itseng se se diragala mo le hatsene la rona la Botswana e bila na le lorato le kalokalo me ke tabokisa itse gore tota ke eng.
The initiative could not come at a better time when communities in Sorowe, like other areas across the country, are looking for solutions to revive some of the industries in their areas.
Tsene ndi tsa mashi ko Farmers Brigade di a isa ko Sroe College kana ko tseo bangwe ba itse ke nako ene le gore Sroe o na ikemetse a khona gore a nne le bo botoro jalo medio tse tsanyelela jaanong se se ra gone gore tshimolodiso ya lenaneo le gompieko go ra gore ke tsosoloso ya dilo tse leng gore di ne tsanyelela. Despite
the challenges in the beef industry, farmers remain optimistic about the changes that will come with the Tuo Letlotlo initiative.
Tse di tshwanang AI le tsone di kgomo ka nosi tse di tisiwang tsa dipeo tse di thabolotsweng tse di tisiwang di tswa ko mahatsheng a sele di tshwanetse gore di te di thusa go hetola seemo se se leng teng sa boleng ja dikgomo tsa rona.
Farmers were implored to leverage on Tuo Letlotlo to significantly add to the growth of the sector and its value to the country's economy. Kelekelezwe Somolikai, PTV News.
President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi paid condolences to the Lebang family in Phalape following the passing of Mr. Molatedi Lebang, who was Kgosi Martha Lebang's father. Lovemore Mario with the details.
Mr. Molatedi Lebang, who was the headman of arbitration for Boikago Ward in Phalape, succumbed to a long illness. Even though Kgosi Lebang, whose family described him as a humble man, has since been buried, the President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi called on the family to pay his last respects. The late Kgosi is said to have served the nation wholeheartedly, even grooming some of the traditional leadership within Phalape district.
Ntate eleng Kgosi Lebang na tshegeditse kgotana ha bidwa go te Boikago wa di ele khosana teta wa arbitration jaanong o sa tswa go rotogela o lwetse tauto ona lwana tota ona a refer ba phalba mo referla ko Sekgoma Memorial kwa Tserembeke tse pedi ana santsa letile go ra hetelo go Sedilega jaanong mitšhini ene a tshwantse go tsengo go yona go Sedilega ne sa matata le wiki ke mitšhini e bokete jaanong be ba re nya marina ne re mo kokotetsa ha Sekgoma yanong kana boletse ha bogana tautona ba gana e le go pala o robalana nna ke le mo triping ke le mo thomong ya puso go ka sai
ya ka Kgosi Lebang a sa go bolela a re latolela a re le kudisa gore re o tsamaile jang ke sna go utlwa le nna ke utlwile ya ka boletse ne ka bona ere ke le mo kgaolong eno go tshwanela gore ke tle ya go tshwanela gore ke tle yana mma ke tle gore holang go motsegang batho betso go motsegang so se le so se re rona la rotlhe go re na re tella pele ra go tsamaya ne tsela ena ya lae go thata go tlwaela mme go ra gore tlwaele re itlwaetse gore tla re ntse re nne re hokotsege yana bangwe ba ba kgona ba tana ba ntse ba re oketsa kina re yana re oketsa gore sigelo motho se ka la hela di se lo re le bang se ka la hela mme ke tla yana mo boemong jwa me lo palame puso e ke e diretseng pele ke tla go gomotsa ke tsema tshidiso.
The president also paid condolences to Rakudu Homestead in Serowe following the passing of Nathaniel Rakudu, who also passed away after a long illness. Mr. Nathaniel Rakudu, who is the younger brother to the former member of parliament for Serowe, Mr. Kiletso Rakudu, will be laid to rest this Sunday. Lavmo Mario, BTV News, Serowe.
The First Lady, Ms. Naoma Sisi, says women economic empowerment is critical in liberating women from the underlying causes of violence and gender inequality. The First Lady emphasized this yesterday at Morekisi Itsaneng exhibition in Charles Hill. Kibadiretse Mutlusi reports.
There's a close link between economic empowerment, gender-based violence and other factors that hinder women from breaking poverty barriers. The First Lady says oftentimes women struggle to escape the claws of GBV due to dependency on perpetrators, hence her reason to pursue economic empowerment initiatives. She also encouraged them to sail through the challenges of running a business and acquire skills that can sustain their hustle.
La itse gore bomme ka bontsi ke bone ba ba emeng ka dinao go tlhokomela malwapa le go godisa bana ba dira ka thata go tlamela balwapa ra itse gape gore ba tlhokomela le ba masika a mangwe mme ka jalo re tlhola re re mosadi thari ya setšhaba. Dipatlisiso gape di supa fa dikgwebopotlana tse dintsi di dirwa thata ke bomme.
Fashion designer Ms. Mburumuji Karumbe and Ms. Vidi Mabung, who runs multiple businesses in Karakubis, say their breakthrough came from poverty eradication funding. They journeyed through challenges to create wealth and employment for others. These women have been encouraged to eliminate self-doubt in order to successfully create market opportunities for their businesses.
The First Lady advised these exhibitors to pursue value chain opportunities of their products to diversify their offerings. BTV News, Charles Hill.
Communities residing along the Trans-Kalahari Corridor have been challenged to scale up economic activity along the corridor in order to create trade opportunities and improve their livelihoods. The Minister of Transport and Public Works, Mr. Eric Molale, made this plea during a welcome ceremony of the 30 cyclists of the Cycling for the TKC Tour in Charles Hill on Tuesday. The First Lady, Ms. Naoma Sisi, was also present to welcome the cyclist. Kibadireze Mothosi reports.
Cyclists of the Cycling for the TKC Tour ride concluded their 7-day ride in Botswana, stopping over in Charles Hill before crossing to Namibia. Their notable efforts to promote the tripartite transboundary corridor as an economic and trade opportunity that can impact the lives of their member citizens have been highly appreciated as they rode through Botswana and South Africa. But authorities have lamented the need to increase economic activity along the corridor, as harmonization of free movement policies has increased traffic volume, thus opening a room for more means of sustenance for communities in the proximity of the 1,800-kilometer stretch.
Go setse mo go rona jaanong gore tsela e ya Trans-Kalahari re dirise ka tsela e leng gore e tla re leretse maungo a hetang a re na le wena gompieno.
So these things ke go mo goreng baagi ba rona ka kwano ba ipositiona ka tsela e ntseng jang banana ba ya makadinao go bona gore ba itsenya mo dilong tse ka tsela e ntseng jang.
Farmers were also implored to control livestock movement to make the corridor safe for travel.
Tsela re diretswe re le barui ba kgaolo ya gantsi ya Trans-Kalahari Highway re boleletse dikgomana re di sa mo tseleng di baka dikotsi ra re imre re barui gompieno kgato re tsae gore re hebele dikotsi.
The cyclists say the reception in Botswana was exceptional and hope the spirit of unity that the initiative has manifested will continue to unify citizens of Botswana, South Africa and Namibia. They were encouraged to ride in unison as they make their way to Sokopmund, Namibia, their final destination.
You guys were brilliant, beautiful, amazing, resilient. Determination, discipline and commitment will make sure you reach Namibia.
The First Lady, Minister Molale, and Member of Parliament for Gantsi South sent off the cyclists to Namibia, where they were handed over to the Namibian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works and Transport, Mr. John Mutorwa. Kibadiretse Mothosi, BTV News, Charles Hill.
The Minister of Transport and Public Works, Mr. Eric Molale, has reiterated Botswana's commitment towards transport infrastructure development to enhance regional integration and seamless travel of persons and goods within the SADC region. He said this when interacting with the Deputy Prime Minister of Namibia, who is also the Minister of Transport and Works, Mr. John Mutorwa, on Tuesday in BOTSWANA, Namibia. Kibadiretse Mothosi reports.
Plans to construct a sea railway line from Gaborone to Walvis Bay by the governments of Botswana and Namibia are at advanced stage. Once the railway line project is completed, it will complement the Trans-Kalahari Corridor in facilitating trade between Botswana and Namibia, as well as supporting SADC free movement protocol. When handing over these cyclists to his Namibian counterpart, Minister Molale reflected that traversing the east side of the country to the west took a week or more back in the day. But thanks to the existence of TKC, local and cross-border travel between South Africa, Botswana and Namibia takes only hours.
We are working on the railway, and I can assure you here and the nations of the three nations that the railway will come to fruition very soon. But being here, handing you over to the Namibian authorities, we feel that what we have done has not only reignited the little history that I was telling you, but it has re-energized people of this region and of this country to look at the Trans-Kalahari corridor with a more inquisitive eye to say, what more can this road bring for us?
Namibia also shares the same sentiments about this corridor, which was opened in 1998. Harmonization of policies which will ensure that all three countries derive maximum value from the corridor was emphasized.
The three member states pledged to, 1, continue to facilitate the seamless movement of goods and persons on the Trans-Kalahari corridor by simplifying and harmonizing the requirements and control that govern the movement of goods and persons with a view to reduce transport costs and transit. Continue to promote safety and security on the Trans-Kalahari corridor.
The cyclists are expected to reach Swakopmund on the 28th April, where member states will hold festivities for the TKC Secretariat 20-year anniversary. Kibadiretse Motlosi, BTV News, Baltepos, Namibia.
The government has made notable strides in meeting its duty to enhance the well-being of Mogapi residents by implementing a human-centric, collaborative and coordinated government strategy as recommended by the Community Scorecard program. The Assistant Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Setlhabelo Mudukanele, underlined the success, pointing out the quality of the ongoing infrastructure projects in the village that are being implemented through the Constituency Community Projects CCP Fund. Karabo Mulusi.
Harnessing the power of a synchronized collective effort in project implementation, stimulated by the Community Scorecard program, is regarded as essential in accelerating project implementation, cost reduction, monitoring and evaluation of development projects.
La community scorecard ma ke gore ke la bere ka gore tota ke dumela gore khone dio tse dintsi ka gore ha ke go bolela yana mona kwa gompieno gongwe re ntse re shota go clinicing re sena bodiredi bo thaela se re na le bodiredi jo bo re khotso hasang re na le khota e le re khota ya rona e bo khosi bana ba sa khone go nna sente bo di office e ne ena mme mona kwa gompieno ana project a teng e dirilwe
ke lone le re kopantse ka gore sepe se se diragalang mo pusong le mo motseng ra kopana be re rera mmogo re tsa ditšhetso re le setšhaba.
Motheo wa community scorecard ke gore re bona jang gore ditiro ga di dirwa morahe ro tsa jang gore ba ka gore ke ditiro tsa bone di direlwa bone ba nne le sabe ba nne le lentswe la gore ba bone gore ga tiro e tshwana ba kopane ba thuse bodiredi ko counseling.
The 6 months project of Mogapi Health Post expansion awarded 962,000 pula. Refurbishment of the tribal office and the internal roads reflect the positive achievement born of a concerted effort between the community and the relevant government departments through the Mogapi committee structures.
Ka more ya nthakia e go teng dispensary ha go tseelwa melemo teng go go na le di consultation room tse pedi go go na le di toilet tse tharo e nngwe ile ya bana le bogo le moteng e nngwe ile ya morae
tsela ine le 400 meters re dirile ka madi a kana ka 1 million project e simolotse ka di 3 tsa January e behela ka di 4 tsa February.
The Community Scorecard program was endorsed by Parliament and launched in 2022, envisioned to support the reset agenda by aligning the government machinery and addressing challenges associated with implementation of developmental projects. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Mogapi.
Police in Khanzi are investigating a case in which 2 men were caught with meat suspected to be from stolen cattle. The police were tipped off by the Matlo Arona Rotle Stock Theft Prevention Committee about the suspected theft incident. Leseho Mokwaisi with the report.
These are the remains suspected to be of stolen cow that was in this house belonging to one of the suspects here at Okwa Cattle Post after the police were tipped by Matlo Narotle Farmers Committee. The 2 men who are the suspects even took the police to where they had buried the cow hide of the said animal.
mokgatlo wa rona wa farmers committee wa matlho a rona rotlhe tota e le gore ba bua ka gore ba phorontse borre bangwe ba abedi ka dinama tse di belaesaganyeletsa kgomo ya bogodu ke sone se re tsileng kwano mma re tlile go bona se e leng gore ba se bone mme le rona re a ruruatsa ka gore re itlhetse dinama tseo le matlalo mo sakeng a epetsweng
e le go le maabane ga tape go e reng kgomo e tlhabilo mo sedibeng sone se mme ra buisana re le ba mokgato go tsibogela kgang e mme na ra kgona go taboga rato go goroga mo morakeng wa o kwa mme re le go tseneng ga rona ra hitlhela re mongwe e le gore o re thusa ka dithothomiso ra kgona go mo tsaya mme a tswelela ka gore nya ga ke itse ga se ke bone sepe ra tswela ra botsolosa mme ra hela ra go kopana le mongwe wa informare ya rona a re bolela gore nya mme ha lo tsamaya jaana lo ta go hitlhela nama wa maruri rato go hitlhela nama re na le o nkemetse a e re supetsang re nama ke montlo.
Officer Commanding District Number 6, Senior Superintendent Tarisinwelo, said they are doing all in their power as to make sure that they fight against dog theft in the area.
Bogoduma jaaka se tso bona goromente le Botswana police ba dirile le kalana le le itebaganya le bogodu ba le ruo. Bogodu ba le ruo mma ke matshwenyego mo la tsela rena la Botswana. Ko gore magodu a ipoleletse gore ba tla lwantwa e go hella go batla hellang teng ga gona ba batlang gore pisa go peteng mo bogodu jaanong tota hela se se bua re le mapodisi ke gore re sentse re tla kuba re tlo kuba ha morago ga batho ba ba ratang dikgomo tsa batho le dipudi tsa batho le ditonki le dinku go itlhelle letsholo le re bone gore re le lwantsha lebele ya bokhutlo ga nkitla re itsapa ke gone jaaka re simolotse go chema re kuba ya.
As these suspects are said to be farm workers, owners were advised to always vet people before giving them jobs in order to avert such incidents of stock theft. Lisa Omukwaisi, BTV News, Okwa Kettle Posts.
Magistrate Rosemary Kuto of Broadhurst says that a decision on the state's request to compel Samuel Selolwane to provide blood samples for DNA testing will be made on May 10th this year. The magistrate in charge, Lina Mukibe-Wahile, who was meant to deliver the judgment, was not in attendance during the court proceedings. Unkutlule Tamare reports.
2 weeks back, the state prosecutor Seleto Okeditse filed an application before the Broadhurst Magistrate Court pleading with the magistrate Lina Mukibe-Wahile to issue an order that will force the first accused Samuel Selolwane, who is charged with raping a 13-year-old man in January this year, to submit blood samples. The prosecution team says since his arrest, Selolwane has been refusing to voluntarily submit blood samples to fast-track investigations. It was expected of the court to deliver a ruling on the state application after Selolwane told the court 2 weeks back that he is willing to submit the blood samples for DNA tests to be conducted. As the presiding magistrate was not in, the case was postponed to allow her to come and deliver the ruling as per the initial arrangement. Meanwhile, Gaborone High Court Judge Master Itumeleng Segopolo has dismissed Selolwane's second bail application. Judge Segopolo told Selolwane that another judge of the High Court, Barnabas Nyamazabo, has already dealt with his bail and he therefore cannot review the ruling. Judge Segopolo also informed Selolwane to be aware of the seriousness of the offense he is charged with, that of raping a minor. The two accused persons, Samuel Selolwane and Veronica Kgopolelo, are further remanded in custody and will appear before court on the 10th of May 2024. Ungutle Tamare, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Member of Parliament for Kalahari South, Mr. Sam Brooks, has urged residents of Veda to apply for ChaCha Fund in large numbers and improve their lives. He made the remarks recently in a Khotla meeting. BOTSWANA reports.
According to Mr. Brooks, the ChaCha short-term loans are for existing businesses and for startup businesses. He says the residents will be able to access the services because the offices for the Local Enterprise Authority and Citizen Entrepreneurial Development Agency are both in the process of opening centers in Veda. ChaCha Fund's limit is 50,000 bula. However, you'll not be given the sum at a go. You'll only top after showing the ability to pay the first loan. Residents were also notified of the government's ongoing plan to increase electricity access in the households. Get a certificate from the land board and BPC will connect free electricity for your house. Residents thanked the area MP for his visit. There should be training workshops for VDC members so they can clearly understand their role. The youth can greatly benefit from a cultural center in Veda. Mr. Brooks also told the residents that Water Utilities Corporation will build a water treatment plant in Veda before the end of the year to put an end to the issue of water scarcity within the Veda cluster. BTV News, Veda.
In other news, more than 500 households have been connected to the national power grid since the inception of BPC Free Power Connection Initiative. The Marketing and Communications Coordinator at BOTSWANA Power Corporation, Mr. Cindy Mosara, confirmed this in an interview with BTV News. Horata Moranyani.
At the official opening of Mochudi Power Substation, President Masisi expressed the importance of increasing household connections in the country through a free household connection initiative, which has just commenced this month. However, according to the BPC Marketing and Communications Coordinator, a lot of Botswana have started to benefit from this initiative.
Connection jaaka le tumelo ya ka gore mo nakong ya gompieno Batswana ba setse ba itse ka lone re tswa kgakala re ntse re bua ka lone le motlotlegi Tautona o setse a kile a bua ka lone gore letla jaanong le setse le simologile re le simolotse re le ba BOTSWANA Power Corporation ka diwane tsone tsa kgwedi se nka se buang hela ke gore lenaneo le tsamaya sentle mma ga gona sepe se leng gore nka re le ira gore lenaneo le ska la tsamaya sentle Batswana ba itumetse mma Batswana ba itumetse Batswana ba tla mo diofising tsa rona ba botsa ba apply Batswana ba reletsa ba botsa ba apply.
According to the BPC team, they continue to experience some challenges as they assist Botswana.
Re se itemogetseng ke gore gone go supa gore lenaneo Batswana ba la amogetse re itemogela gore bangwe ba di customer kgotsa bone Batswana ba tla go go rona ba applyela lenaneo mme gongwe ba ise ba hetse ba bangwe ba ise ba hetse dikago tsa matlo ba leng gore gongwe ba go ba wayarile matlo a bone ba ise ba wayare matlo a bone go re ntlo e se ready kgotsa nkare gongwe bone ba se ready bo ba apply ke yone kgwetlho ka gore ha re tswa go re le ba BPC gongwe ra go bona re ba latela ke ditshenyegelo jalo re fitlhela ile gore gongwe ga ba ise ba nne ready so kopo mo go rona ba BPC go di di-customereng tsa rona ke gore ka tswetswe re kopa gore ba netefatse gore ba feditse matlo ba ready gore motlakase o ka tsena.
Some of the beneficiaries of the BPC Free Connection Initiative shared their views about the program.
motlakase o nthusitsegela thata ke itumeletse thata ka gore ntlo e ke sala ke ya goya ke bašwa tota go sa kgone gore ka tsenya motlakase ka lebaka la gore itsholele ne setse ile ko tlase mme ne ka itumela mo ka gata utona na bua ka teng gore o tsenyetsa batho motlakase mahala na
nne le ke itumeletse thata le la president mo leng gore tota ntse sena mo nka go bona go tsenya motlakase tota so yaanong ke itumeletse gore be
Botswana are encouraged to tap into opportunities brought about by the government as they are aimed at improving their livelihoods. Khorata Moranyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
In an effort to ensure that children nationwide receive full immunization, government through the Ministry of Health has committed to making primary health care a top priority by reintroducing community participation in health matters. These remarks were made by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Professor Nkomazana, at a media briefing marking the 50th commemoration of the expanded program on immunization EPI in Gaborone. Sharon Klink with more.
Despite notable achievements, the EPI at 50 has encountered formidable changes, including disorganization within the vaccination program with limited human resources, amongst others. Hence, the deliberate move to revitalize primary health care through the reintroduction of community participation.
I know that one of our big priorities as the Ministry of Health, probably for the next 5 years, is to ensure that we revitalize our primary health care. And we know that actually prevention is a primary healthcare function. And so we are convinced that if we can really allow communities to be participants, to be engaged in their own health, it would be easier to be able to translate our messages to the context and the culture of the people, particularly as we're looking into bringing community health workers that will be coming from communities who are able to communicate way better than I can to their communities, because they would be able to navigate the culture and other barriers that I may not even understand and realize are there.
The pandemic introduced these disruptions in the healthcare services to a significant decline in routine coverage, which serves as a critical reminder of the need to really bolster our vaccination efforts continuously.
In a report released by UNICEF under the State of the World's Children of 2023, it is evident that there has been a steep decline in child routine immunization.
In Eastern and Southern Africa, up to 21 countries have experienced a 6% decline in child immunization coverage compared to the pre-COVID times, with over 4.6 million children missing out on life-saving vaccines in the past 3 years.
The public has been advised to take note of the ongoing African Vaccination Week that commenced on the 24th to the 30th of April 2024. Sharon Klink, BTV News, Gaborone.
It is now time for sport with Tato Titi Khosimori. Titi.
Hi, Khomotswa Mapani.
How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. Please proceed.
Thank you. This is Botswana Tonight, a sports segment brought to you by Tato Khosimori. Thank you for joining us and a good evening. Let's take a look at our top story tonight. Following their 2-0 loss to city rivals Gaborone United last weekend, Township Rollers will look to bounce back to winning ways when they face another tough customer in Orapa United in a Week 22 Botswana Premier League clash scheduled for the National Stadium tomorrow evening. Katlego Khakole.
Rollers go into the encounter in the second position on the log standings with 48 points, just behind defending champions Jwaneng Galaxy. Popa, who are still in the contest for the 2023-2024 season, look to bounce back to winning ways after biting dust last weekend. The two teams have an 8 points difference on the log standings, but coach Innocent Morapedi, who defeated Orapa United by a solitary goal from Siphamandla Sangweni in the first round, says they won't undermine the Ostriches as they are a good side. Morapedi said they will fight with everything because they want to win all the remaining games to remain in the race for the championship.
We lost our debut, which was not supposed to lose, but we've regrouped in the camp. The mood is okay. We're trying very hard to focus for our game against Orapa. Orapa is a good team, but we're prepared for them. Despite the fact that over the weekend we lost the game, we had some injuries, but we try by all means to regroup and face Orapa with a renewed intention, with a lot of verve to put everything all right. We know Orapa is a good team. We cannot underestimate them, but we are equally ready for the challenge.
The Ostriches, on the other hand, come to the nation's capital looking for revenge after they lost 1-0 in the first round at Itiken Stadium. They were also given a morale booster by their 2-0 victory over 11 Angels in their last league game. To date, the Ostriches are placed 6th on the log standings with 30 points they accumulated from 7 wins, 9 draws and 6 losses. Just like Coach Morapedi, the mining town outfit coach says they are invading the capital city for maximum points as they also want to win all their remaining matches to finish in a better position in the standings at the end of the 2023-2024 season.
Yeah, our preparation di tsweletse la sente. Simolotse ipanganya rona on Monday afternoon after our encounter le 11 Angels at home. The only challenge rena alone kia rest because we played on Saturday, did the regeneration training on Sunday and resumed preparations on Monday, like I said, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it means rena le 3 days ya ipanganyo because Thursday is traveling day to Gibbs for the encounter, which is on Friday. That is the only challenge rena alone.
The clash between Mapalestina and the Ostriches mark week 22 of the Botswana Premier League games scheduled for this weekend. Katlaho Kakole, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Moving on, Team Botswana has registered their 4th win at the ongoing Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari T20 Ladies Tournament after defeating Lesotho by 100 runs in a match played this morning at the Cricket Oval. Team Botswana went into the game after a feat of 3 wins and a loss from 4 matches. Against Lesotho, Botswana won the first toss to play and scored 152 runs before Lesotho replied with 53 runs of their own. The local ladies held on, however, and the game ended with Botswana winning by 100 runs. Tuelo Shadrack emerged as the player of the match after soaring to 51 runs in 6 overs. Botswana will take on Rwanda in the finals scheduled for tomorrow.
What we've learned up to now, the thing is, first of all, our team didn't have much time to practice. I think we had about a month to get ready for this tournament. So it was not easy for them to perform well. But now we are trying to work with them. And as you can see, if you've been following the games, there are a lot of improvements. Even today, they scored the highest score they've ever scored in this whole tournament. I think right now, all I was planning with them is just for them to play the whole 20 overs, because we didn't have time to practice, so we're just doing that now.
Honestly, the girls played very well. They played according to our plans. We wanted to win. We didn't want to lose any points to Lesotho, although we wanted to bowl them out for less than 10 overs, but we couldn't do that. It's part of the game because we wanted more time to rest preparing for the afternoon game with Rwanda. But such is life. We need to stay positive and soldier on.
And then conclusion, National First Division League Secretary Ishmael Mudise has confirmed that their main sponsor, the BOTSWANA Diamond Company, will no longer be sponsoring the league in the coming season. The 2023-24 season marks the end of the Diamonds Company's partnership with the league. The Secretary General further pointed out that the Botswana Football Association is working around the clock in securing a new sponsor. He further encouraged league administrators and officials to also assist in lowering potential sponsors.
You'd call on the league similar to the sponsorship by the Epsilon because Habaga Super Habarinua, Libonohan. But it so happened for nothing either Hamas no Hamaho and what's in. Upon a honoring by Banli Pisa, the whole Barnokubi fee, and something was salvaged, and they did give what they have been giving in the past. But when Basupa honoring a Haba Dumelo Batat, the Barimia sponsorship. Muslims so I'm hopeful sponsorship. But the only positive thing that I can also share, if at all, we had a meeting some time back, I think 2 weeks back, and then they did give us the leeway of sponsorship bill hara dumela honoring khore barka bua le bone sua o ya on the particular take ya hore te bona me khone are there those potential suitors or potential partners that we can salvage something with them.
And that's what we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports segment. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the evening. Back to you, Khomotso.
Thank you so much, TT. Yes. For the past 2-3 days, we have been talking about the Kalahari T20. Botswana seems to be doing very well. I know there's Lesotho, there's Rwanda. Which other countries are there? There
is Mozambique. And Botswana will be playing Rwanda. Remember, Rwanda beat Botswana by 8 wickets, and they'll be playing the final.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think we wish all the best, of course, to Team Botswana.
Sure.
That was TT giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. The 200 Lotto initiative officially launched. Women economic empowerment pivotal to liberating women from violence and gender inequality. In sport, Team Botswana registers 4th win at the ongoing Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari T20 Ladies Tournament. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. Up next is the weather update. BTV News, Ikanyarona, #BW Mindset Change.
Good evening and welcome. The weather forecast tonight is brought to you by Kumosa Selmonak. This evening, clouds are visible over the southeastern parts of our country. Over the remaining areas, clear skies are visible. On Friday, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions over Kalahari, southern southeast Gauteng and central and northeast district. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some clear skies. In the morning, we're expecting some mild temperatures over Kalahari, southern southeast Gauteng and northeast district. Over the remaining districts, we're expecting some warm temperatures. In the afternoon, we're expecting warm temperatures over southern southeast Gauteng and southern central and northeast district. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some hot afternoon temperatures, with maximums ranging between 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. Now, over the weekend, we're expecting clouds to be visible on Saturday and Sunday, with some warm afternoon temperatures. Over Kalahari, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions on Saturday and Sunday, with warm afternoon temperatures. Over Ngamiland, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions on Saturday, with clear skies expected on Sunday, with warm afternoon temperatures. Northeast and southern central, we're expecting some light rain on Saturday, with cloudy conditions expected on Sunday, with warm afternoon temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.
Ka 208 in November, ka di 15 tsa November, ka lwantshwa ke tau e rile ko dithapi a ke a go letshola tebe e be ka